There we go. Hi everyone, this is Alice Bowl from scrapbookwonderland.com, and I run the ScrapHappy membership group. And ScrapHappy is a group where scrapbookers from all around the world can gather online and connect with other scrapbookers. We participate in scrapbooking events. Right now, actually, we are doing a load challenge. It's a layout a day. And for the month of October, we're actually scrapbooking every single day and loading layouts to the Flickr gallery so that we can all share them and see them. It has been so much fun. Our topic for the month is, shh, I've got a secret. And that's been amazing. Now, I bet you my sound is less than optimal right now. So I'm going to plug my microphone in. Sorry, I forgot that it wasn't plugged in here. Okay, there we go. That should help with the audio. Does that make the audio a little better? Hopefully, yes, awesome. Thanks for the thumbs up. That helps so that I can see. Okay, so really excited for the Scrapbook Live today because I will be using my kit from the Wild Hare Kits, and we will have an opportunity for one person to win a kit from the Wild Hare Kits. Everybody that is here, I usually make 2 layouts during this. So the first one that I make at the end of that one is when we'll do the draw. So I'll show you what's in my kit this month. And I'm very excited because these kits are custom curated. So you fill out a styled profile. My profile tends to show that I like sparkly, blingy, girly things, but I also have boys. My favorite designer I usually list as Heidi Swap because I don't know if she's made a product ever in her life that I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like everything I see, I'm like, ooh, I love that. Kathy is in here. She's saying hello from Georgia. And Janet is in here saying hello from Ontario, or good afternoon from Ontario. And Rebecca says good morning, so she must be somewhere like me. Right now, for me, it's 11 o'clock. I'm on Mountain Time. And yeah, we have the chance for people to participate from around the world. So starting in this kit, I'll give you a quick run through of what's in my kit. Oh, I see Brielle is here. So there's a little card here and it says, it's so totally rad that you ordered from us. We sincerely appreciate your order. I hope you enjoy your happy mail. So one of the great things about the kit is that she kind of gets to know your style, right? Like you fill out the form and, you know, you kind of see what the person is going to like. It's a little bit like shopping for yourself, but not shopping for yourself. Having a friend that kind of knows you shop for you instead. And I love that because it's a surprise. I get like this little surprise of happy meal, but she has like good intents of making sure that you're going to like the things in the kit. So there's a little exclusive thing here from the Wild Hare Kits. And there is, it looks like a photo corner. Let's pull it out and have a look. Oh, cute. Like some really like large photo corners. Let's see if I can hold those up. They're kind of like that minty green with some stripes. So those are cute. I think those are little custom made embellishments because they're in a little bag that says Wild Hare on it. So that's sweet. Last month, I got some flare buttons that were like from their custom ones. Jeanette says, hello, y'all. I'm just coming in from church. I love that. I love the y'alls. I hope you had a good morning. In here, there are some sequins. Oh my gosh, from Spiegel Mom Scraps. Look at how pretty these are. There's some like those little tiny black ones are like pretty tiny. And then like pink, iridescent. But there's a couple other little colors in here. So the black, some blue, some green. I wonder if today I could actually maybe put a shaker on my page. I haven't done a shaker. Ooh, in a long time. So we'll see. Also in my kit, there is some clips from Pink Paisley. These are pretty cute. They're from Paige Evans, so that explains it. So there you can see there's some flowers, stars, and butterflies, different shapes. The one says, "You are my sunshine when skies are gray," and the other one says, let your light shine. Oh, on the flower it says, "Better things ahead." There is some washi tape from Pink Fresh, and it has days of the week, and it's kind of splattered. It looks like it's pretty light colored. So you can kind of see the days of the week on there. It's pretty light colored, kind of splattered. I think that's okay. That might work actually in a pocket page where I'm doing like a spread about multiple days or something. It's not something I probably would have bought for myself, but you know, it definitely fits in the line of what my style profile would say. Heidi Swap acetate words. Ooh, I don't think I actually have these already. That's amazing. So these words say today, happy, silliness, breathe, enjoy, simply, laugh, and smile. And so here's the little acetate words. Some are black, I think, and some are white. Yeah. So that's cool. And it kind of shows you on the back which ones are white and which ones are black. That's cool. Heidi Swap wood veneers. Memory, today, noted, and hello. That's funny. I know I've had some like this, but I don't know if I've had these ones before. Maybe I had different words. Those are cute. Her writing is just beautiful, right? How can you not want to have a little bit of that on your page? And then some wood veneers from Pink Fresh. And these ones are kind of neat because they have gold foil and color on them. So they've taken wood veneers kind of in a really fancy direction nowadays, haven't they? So you can see like a little bit of shimmer from the gold foil. And then there's a little bit of that minty color, some with navy and some with like the pink, the blush pink. Ooh, these are nice. Shiny. So there's thickers here, sparkle ones, they're foam ones. Fabulous, smile, magic, awesome, super, glitter, and love. And the back says hello, dance, sparkle, dream, happy, cheer, joy, and rad. And I love that there's a mixture of like handwritten words and then like words that spell out. And I have to say, I just used some on a layout that I did the other day, and the words that were like the letters like this, they didn't quite spell what I wanted them to, but between all the words on the page, I was able to put together what I wanted to spell. So I was really excited about that. And the best helper, oh my goodness, online I found the best helper. So up to 12 letters, because if you look online, you can find a free Scrabble helper. So it's like a Scrabble cheater. But if you enter the 12 letters, it will give you all the options of things that you can spell with that. So if the words are just not your thing, it can maybe inspire you to spell something different. So that's really fun. Okay, so moving on to paper. There's some 6x6 papers in here, which will be good. I actually have to do a pocket page today, so maybe I'll be using some of that on this. So there is a lovely floral. They're single-sided floral. This one has little words all over it, like hello sunshine, wonderful, find your wild, and this hexagons with little shooting stars on it. This one's peachy. Thinking of you there, Kathy. And some pretty kind of, it has like that geometric-ish pattern, but it's not really geometric. And then some little deer. I actually watched somebody unpack their Wild Hare Kit recently, and it was really funny because she talked in her profile about how she doesn't like geometric prints, and then she holds up this print, and it wasn't like geometric as in like shapes, I guess, but it was like this very much repeating pattern that she's like, this is my favorite, this is what I absolutely love. And I just thought it was really funny because to me, I probably still would have called it a geometric print, but she was like, nope, I hate geometric prints, but I love this. And I just think it's really funny how we kind of interpret things ourselves. Okay, so we've got some paper in here. Let's have a look. We've got a variety of different ones. So this one here is a yellow with pink, or yellow with white dots. And the white dots aren't just like solid dots. They're actually like little crisscrossy lines all over. I'll see if I'll be able to show that on here. Yeah, I think you can see the texture of those white dots. So that's really kind of cool. And on the back is like a big old bunch of bubbly circles. So those are neat. This is from Creative Agenda. Actually, I think I had some Creative Agenda paper last time, but I didn't have this one. I love that it has some little arrows in some of this. That's cool. Arrows are kind of my jam. And we've got this one here. It's wood veneers, but like they're kind of like put together like parquet flooring or something like that. And that gives me memories and brings back memories. And on the other side are some leaves on some pink. They have like a little bit of teal and green. So like there's teal and green if you kind of see the color differences there. I've got, oh, that one was from the Oasis collection from Crate Paper. This one is from Maggie Holmes' Carousel collection. We've got some dots and they're kind of like splunky dots, like almost like bubbles. They kind of have little highlights and then this exciting geometric pattern. I would say that's geometric. This one here is from Pink Paisley, and it has fun sayings. It's like a cut apart sheet, so those are kind of nice if you're wanting to do pocket pages too. I love cut apart sheets. Oh, did you guys hear the news? Apparently Becky Higgins is going to be putting out her pocket cards square corners, no more of the rounded corners stuff. So exciting. And then of course, what did I see? Like a Paige Evans collection that was coming out. Oh, it looked gorgeous. I'm like, yeah, okay. Definitely gonna need another one of those. So look at how the great word things on this one, and a nice subtle like pink design on the background, like very subtle. You definitely do like journaling and stuff on that, so that's nice too, which is good because sometimes you want one or two of these cards from the front, but then like you look and you're like, I would never use that saying. But when you have like a nice like subtle pattern on the background, it lets you use that card for like matting things or for doing your journaling or anything like that. And there's another sheet in here. I think I did mention that I like to do pocket cards, so that's probably why I've got a couple sheets of pocket cut apart sheets, which is awesome. And this one is also kind of the same with like a nice background. But just looking at this, like I totally love some of this. Oh, it's Chamel, so I'm surprised. I totally love this. Look at this, happy, happy, happy. Like those are just super fun. I want to put those on everything. And like, look how cute the little cutoff strip is. It has little clouds. I love that. And onto this, we've got some crepe paper. This is actually a really pretty floral. Like sometimes I love florals a lot, and sometimes I'm not big a fan. This is really pretty, but look how cool it is on the other side. So if you want like the bolder look, there you go. And you could totally color some of those in. So I love the options that gives you. It's from Maggie Holmes' Carousel line. And we've got a piece of Chamel Little by Little paper. Now I look at that and like when I'm looking at it right here, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I love that. When I held that up to the camera, I'm like, ooh, I really love that. It is so cool. Janet said I would fussy cut those flowers. Yeah, would they not look amazing fussy cut? They would, but am I patient enough to do it? Probably not. Okay, yeah, these are gorgeous actually, now that I'm holding it up and I'm like, ooh. So first glance, like sometimes you need to look at something to really appreciate it, and look how pretty the background. So even if this is like, oh my god, that's too much, like it's got cute little hearts on the background. So sometimes, you know, that B side is where it's at, but you know, turns out I love that way more than I thought. This one here is from Crate Paper. Super nice, like easy to use pattern with a little bit of pop on the other side, so that's fun. And then as an extra bonus item, so I should mention this is my deluxe kit, so this is the large kit. I got this Maggie Holmes chipboard stickers. So check these out. How fun are those? Yay. So it's from her carousel collection, and so you can kind of see some of the carousel kind of pieces. But I think if I was using pictures with little kids, which I have because I had nieces and nephews, they might be a great fit for that. So yeah, I'm kind of excited. That looks fun. So the deluxe kits, they are $38.95, I think, in US dollars. I pay for my own kit, so just so you know this, I want to be upfront and transparent. So when I tell you that I love it and when I tell you that it's great, this is me paying for my own kit. Allison has subsidized, she's sponsored a kit so that the prize winner will win a kit. That part is sponsored, but I don't want to have something here that I'm like telling you that I like if I don't actually like it, because that would not be my thing. So when so that's why I prefer to actually pay for my own kit so that I feel like I can totally just share my own thoughts and opinions about that. So I think it's time to get scrapbooking. I'm kind of excited. I have a variety of pictures here printed. So one that I was going to work on today was my load challenge. So my load challenge for today is, it's kind of funny because I'm actually the featured designer for today too. So I have scrapbooked this topic very recently. I've got a secret treasure, so something with sentimental value to you and why. And because I had just scrapbooked it, I wasn't sure if I was going to scrapbook that again. Let's have a look here. That's not the one. Sorry, I've got them just in my bag. I wanted to share it. Okay. I've been traveling on the road a lot lately. So here we go. This is the sample layout that I made for today. And you can see lots of shiny, sparkly, and pink on there. And yet this is actually a page kind of about a Christmas gift. So just because it's Christmas doesn't mean it needs to be like all red and green. But it says like document the details. And this is the word that I had spelled out with using other words. It didn't have the word sweet, but I really wanted it because it was just so sweet of my son. And it says, Joe designed and made this mug for me in his computers class at school. I was so touched to receive it. It's pink on the inside. So the inside of the cup is actually pink. So he said, Mom, the first two broke in their machine and I was so upset because there was only one left and the teacher didn't have any more pink ones. But I got it, so it was good. And so, yeah, I have the details and I show the cup. And honestly, like my kids don't like usually do the gifts for the parents kind of thing. And that year he had made that for me. It was pretty darn adorable. And I'm so glad that I was able to tell that story, was inspired to tell it because, you know, how often are you in a scrapbook, like a mug, and tell the story about that? So Brielle says, I love kits and I plan to order from her soon. Yay. However, I have a lot of leftover kits that I haven't finished. My kit club ending is a good reason to work through them. Absolutely. Yeah, I find pieces. And so I think I've started actually going through some of the old kits as they were together and seeing if I can create new kits out of what was left over, or if there's pieces in there that I just know I'm not going to use. Like if I hadn't used them, maybe there's a reason that I hadn't chosen those things. Okay, so because I scrapbooked that topic, I kind of felt like, you know, I could either do more. So I had considered doing my earrings. They're actually from my great grandmother. And so that was a good idea, but I didn't actually get the pictures printed. So, well, I need to like set up a little photo shoot. I tried an impromptu one. I wasn't happy with the way the pictures turned out. I got to figure out how to take pictures of my earrings. They're like a little loop kind of earring kind of, and like how to capture them in the best yeah, that was, it didn't happen yet. So we just had my birthday and we did that at Thanksgiving, so I have pictures from that. And then I also have a picture of my son yesterday. I took him to an open house for a university, so put them on black velvet, says Heather. Yeah, I think that would be beautiful. I tried to sound like black poster board, and all you could see was like white from the poster board. It was like, it's supposed to be black and it just looks terrible. So I need something that's like more rich like that. Yeah, so I have this picture of my son at the open house. We talked to a great guy in the engineering department, and it kind of made my son a little excited about the idea of going into engineering. And he's totally a math and science kid, but he doesn't know. Yeah, at the U of A, University of Alberta here in Alberta, in Edmonton, Alberta, and yeah, they had their open house. So I asked if I could get a picture with my son and this guy, and he's like, oh, okay. And Ryan's gonna put it on his Instagram, because I'm like, you need to share things like this about your life on your Instagram. Like, these are the kind of things that are cool. And I thought that was really exciting. So I'm kind of excited about that. I don't know how much my pretty pink papers are gonna feed into that, but I'm sure I'm gonna have something in this kit that's going to be perfect for talking about, this experience. And that's kind of what's motivated me. So I've got like a really current photo. I do print at home, so that's definitely an advantage to printing at home, is being able to print and do something that's super current and inspiring to you right now. So one thing that you'll notice was not in here is like letters. There was no thicker letters. And I have an obsession with thicker letters, but because I have a lot of them, I definitely have some I can pull from my stash for my layout today. Oh, is Kathy on her way out the door? Janet says, what printer do you use? This printer is it's a Canon MG6620. Now I know they have versions of that, and I think it's called like a Pixma printer, the Canon Pixma series, right? So they have a whole line of those. I have been looking at getting a printer that does the wide format. So I've kind of got that on my Christmas list. So I really like the one that has the eco tanks as well, because I hear that there's less problems with the print heads and cleaning things. And if you don't print with it often enough, your printer, when you come back to it, it still is going to work. So plus the eco tanks make it super cheap. So that's an Epson one that I'm looking at. I haven't seen people pictures that they're printing with it yet, but Epson usually does a pretty great job with that. So I'll have to make sure I remember my sequins after when I do my pocket page, because I'd really like to do some kind of a shaker card. Okay. So for this picture with my son at the U of A, their colors are gold and green. And so you see a lot of really pretty green and gold in this picture. And the engineering department had their bright gold shirts. And I'm like, woohoo, those are so pretty to scrapbook. Okay, so let's be real, not my favorite. It's funny because I love yellow, but I love more like sunshine yellow. Just having a look through all the things that I have. And ooh, I kind of like this card. It says, they said what? I could see using that on there. And I think this yellow is not quite the right yellow. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one here. Let's see, Heather says they're not so conducive, I think, to scrapbooking. They I've had to be careful of ones I've done from there. The U of S is better with green and white. Yes, yeah, I agree, Heather. Their green and gold is like, it's great on a banner, but when it comes to scrapbooking, it's like, what? Okay, a thing I could do is I could reprint this in black and white so that I would take the color options off the table. But part of the thing is he's at the U of A, and that's like a big deal to be talking about that. So I don't really want to delete that from the picture. So I'd rather just work with it the way it is. So I think I either choose to try not to clash against it so much, but just to kind of choose things that let it live on the page and not worry about it too much. I do have that parquet floor kind of paper, and I think that that would be a good neutral to use with it as well. So I'm going to definitely get that ready. Oops, losing my strips. So that's like, honestly, I think there's not a lot of ways to really fail when you're doing this stuff, right? That's weird. My printer left a little white dash at the bottom. I don't usually do that. I'm just gonna cut that off. Okay, and so on my kits, like, I think that there's an option to get cardstock with your kit too, and I usually choose to not get the cardstock just because I have plenty of cardstock already. I did Close to My Heart for many years, so I have a little bit of cardstock in every color. So I know that these colors don't match, but I really like the idea of the word dream on this. That's kind of very fitting. And yeah. So I might use that. If I pull this teal color in, I think it doesn't look horrible with like the gold and the green. You know, teal is like a version of a green. So does that work, or am I imagining that? Are you guys like seeing that that works? Riel's nodding yes, I'll take that. She's like, yeah, that works. Okay, so a piece of that. And I know this has pink on it, but it also has the teal on it. It brings a little bit of black. It has this yellow, which is, it's a little bit more golden than this other yellow sheet. So I'd like to use like a piece of this one. I think that this used in a piece would be super fabulous, actually. So I'm not sure how I want to pull that in yet, but just looking at some options. So I'm considering like having it kind of be a border around the page, and then, you know, so you get the little hints of all of those colors as it goes all the way around, but it wouldn't be a lot. But I kind of almost missed some of that pattern, so I might want to use some of that instead. So if I do it for an under layer, that might be better. Okay. Okay. So once I play around with my layers, oh, you can't even see what I'm working on here. I'm just trying to get this to a good spot. Okay, so 6 inches. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually run a strip of it right across the page, or at least most of the way across the page. Just gonna start cutting it, and if, you know, I change my mind as I go, that can happen. This I want to make, there's a big box on the side, leaving room where my title will overlap. And let's see, 6, I think 8 inches at least. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, so it's just starting to kind of set up the look. Sometimes I work with sketches, but lots of times I just kind of create and play until it feels right. I think I'd like to mat that photo. Just looking at that, that looks like something that I should do. That doesn't look like a good mat, but I think I want to pull some of this floral green on there. Just looking at that, that looked really good. That other one, if I need another layer, I'll use some of that. Yeah, and I'm inclined to cut out this yellow card, actually. Yeah. There. So my son doesn't know if he wants to attend the U of A or if he wants to go somewhere else, but he doesn't really know what he plans on taking yet. So because he doesn't know what he wants to do, I think that that's like the perfect opportunity to go and visit a college, talk to some people. I would have liked for him to do the tour through the engineering department, but you know, he wasn't too ambitious to do that because we had plans to meet up with family to go to the water park afterwards, so he didn't want to miss out on water park time. But let's be real, like, you know, we're looking at colleges one minute and then he's like playing like a fish in the water park the next. So priorities, right? Oh yes, and I've got these words, these Aztec words. That's gonna be great. Now, I'm just trying to see how much of that I want. I don't think I want a large part of that. Not feeling enough of that. Oh, maybe. Play with that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut 2 inches off of this so that I have a little bit smaller piece there. This can go. Yeah, I think I need this a little bit narrower. So I'm gonna cut it so that I've got the tip of the gold, so the yellow at the top there. And this I need to mat on some white. So I need to grab some white. Is that here? Oh, good. That was some kind of scraps within arm's reach. Oh, Jeanette says, I'd like to use that chevron page with a piece of vellum over it as a mat. I think that would be beautiful. Actually, do I have a piece of vellum? I had one on my desk. I probably buried it under something already, but I had a piece of vellum, and I think that if you left most of it so you could see, but like had a large chunk that was covered in vellum, that would be super beautiful. What Janet is asking, what is everyone else working on as we watch Alice create? I'm making Christmas cards to sell at our church bazaar. That's super awesome. You'll have to pop in if you can. I don't know if you're on video here, Janet, but you're welcome to show us. We'd love to see. And Heather says, I'm transcribing a manuscript from 1450. Wow. I'm scrapbooking. I'm not transcribing manuscripts, but that's cool. Yeah, so Allison says, I'm stamping my logo on a ton of note cards and I'm hoping to sell at a couple upcoming markets. That's awesome. And did you get a custom stamp made for your logo? You said logo like in brackets, so I'm just curious. Melissa had a craft boo-boo. I think I missed something there. Vera says she's cleaning up stuff from her crop yesterday. Yeah, cleaning up, that's a tough one. Okay. So I'm using this adhesive from Glue Dots. I had seen them set up a booth at Creativation, like the CHA, but they don't call themselves CHA anymore. I'd seen them set up a booth and they had these tape adhesive runners. I love it. Super happy with that. And then I actually contacted them and they sent samples to the people that attended our ScrapHappy reunion in San Diego this year. So we had a little bit of stuff from Glue Dots, and they actually have little rollers for the Glue Dots now. So these are Glue Dot squares, but they come out on the roller. So they're about the size of the mini round ones. So I'm super in love with those too. Let's see. Allison says, kind of. It's my old Stampin' Up one. I just cut off the Stampin' Up part. So now all it says is hand stamped by Allison Day. Okay, so this looks, I love this actually. Okay, this looks good. And we're gonna, I think because I used this teal color, I was sneaky with that. So I think because I used that teal color, it's going to allow me to pull in my sparkly teal letters. And they're gonna fit so much better with this now. Guys, there was a plan all along. Know what I'm doing or something. So that's awesome. And oh yeah, I want to include one of these words in here. So I literally never use those words that say today because I always find them weird because I scrapbook after the fact. So when I'm scrapbooking them, it's not today. And but because this was yesterday, I feel like I can get away with this and still say today. So I'm actually going to use that on here. That's kind of cool because that would be like one that would never get used. And I have like a stash of Heidi Swap stuff that I dig into all the time. So that today is going on this page. Oh, there's a silliness in here. My brother took pictures. His phone is waterproof and it's like a Samsung or something. And he took pictures at the water park yesterday. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Jeanette says, did y'all notice that Alice's clothes and nails are color coordinated with her Wild Hare Kit? There you go, man. Like, planned that. Totally planned that. You believe that, right? So I'm just looking to see if I have anything else that needs to be in layers here, because this is looking pretty good. I've got my today out here. I don't know if that's gonna go there or where, but oh, let's see. I have this set up somewhere. I need to move away from the camera so that you can see my stuff. Oh, and I moved my microphone in the way. Okay, so this is good. And I've got that word dream, which I'd like to put onto here. Maybe, I'm just trying to see where else I can fit words, right? Because, so one of the things that I keep telling my son is that he has to keep trying to get like really good marks in his classes. Like he gets good marks automatically kind of, right? He's just one of those kids that does well with school quite without too much struggle and too much effort. Oh, there's a great little thing in here. It says plan. So that's going to be pulled out here too. We're making a plan for his future. Yeah, so that's good. There was another today in here too. Imagine that. But the great thing about these is if you don't like this side with like the fancy stuff on them, look at the back. It's just like a perfect plain wood veneer. So you kind of have both sides. So sometimes when you see things like this, you're like, I don't know about that. The other side, totally plain, awesome. But for me, this plan one totally, that works. That works great. Memory today. Today is the word of the day because this has a today and this has a today and this has a today. Maybe some of this is Heidi swap, so it's not all just Heidi though. It's in a lot of the stuff. Noted memory. I don't know if I'll need another word in here, but I definitely like using wood veneers, so I could definitely use one of those. This could go up here. I think I'm doing it wrong. Okay. There we go. And just rearrange things a little bit. That looks good. I want this over the photo. No, I want this under the photo, I think. Over and under and all around. Okay. Okay, get things laid out a little bit. I'm just trying to play with my placement of this today to see where it should go. I like, I kind of left this area up here in like there's like a big open area, and I'm trying to leave that for like a title. I think I'm going to call it Today at the U of A. I'm going to grab some black letters so that it will go with these. And, you know, I think that's kind of cool. Let's have a look. Brielle says, I think you should use all of the todays. Well, that definitely is a fun idea. Here, let me try that. I'm open to that idea. And it'll just be like the theme of the page. Today, today, today. It's kind of cool because that was the day he's like planning for tomorrow. I'm planning for his future. Okay, I like the idea, and it was like they immediately knew where to go, so that made it easy. There we go. We got today, today, today on here. It's awesome. Maybe that's what you should call it. Future planning. Oh, I like that. Future planning. Because yeah, definitely planning his future. Okay, definitely need to grab some letters. I'll be right back, guys. Here's my messy room. Okay, so I've pulled several different black ones and some gray ones. I think I have some other gray ones sitting here too. Okay. Not sure that those are like exactly what I want. What do I have down here? I tend to stash them. I thought my black section looked a little a little empty. That just means I probably didn't put something away from the last time I pulled out black letters. That doesn't happen for anybody else, right? Janet, will you be live for a while? I might have to run out for a bit. If you have to be like logged in here during the prize draw. So as soon as this page is done, I'll be doing the prize draw. So that's what I can say. If your computer's still logged in and you leave, then I see you as attending. So that might be one way to get around it. I don't know. She says, okay, I'll stay and watch. This is coming close to being finished. I can feel it. So once I get the title on, I'm not going to do the journaling right now because I feel that is something that I need to consider so that I can get some more emotion in it, and then things would get really quiet. I actually used to do that, is add the journaling as I go about it, and it just was really difficult and awkward. So I think I'm going to, oh, I like these. Okay. So I think we're going to kind of use both ideas. I'm going to do Today at the U of A with small letters up here, and then I'll have future planning a little bit bolder. Move over. Thanks. It's good. Just tell me. Okay, and I have some, oh my gosh, I've hoarded these forever, but where are they? They're in my travel bag. That's where they are. Because that way I can pull them out and always find them. Okay, so I have these Teresa Collins. They're like a little matchbook, like just a little bit bigger than a matchbook, but they're letters, and there's like multiple sheets of exactly the same letters. So it's like you don't run out of letters. They're called Basically Essential. Yeah, amazing. So there's these ones in white and there's these ones in black. Now I have to say, I wish that these ones had full letters. These ones have like outline letters, if you can see that. I don't know if I can get to focus on that, but you can kind of see like they're not filled in. They're just like outlines. I wish they were filled in because that would make them like even better, but these things are amazing. And so you go through and there's like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets that are all the same. And so you have all the letters. So they're amazing. I got them a million years ago, so I haven't seen them again since then. Probably because people didn't have to buy more because they had all the letters they actually needed. Janet, anyone has some red stickles that I can borrow? I ran out. I guarantee I have them. This is the one downside to these crops, I will tell you. Okay, so I think I'm going to just use my tiny attacher because it's sitting right here. And I'm going to attach this today up here. I should probably stick down my photo first. And I have buried my adhesive. Okay. So I'm going to stick the photo down. I've got it matted already. And that way I can kind of overlap the today onto, I'll just like over the corner of the photo, because I think things should touch. If you keep everything totally separate on a page, it doesn't feel like it all connects. Like, so if you like break down and you're looking at like good design that you see from designers, you'll notice one of the things they do is everything touches on the pages. And until you kind of get the touching rule, like some people just do it like automatically. They make things overlap and touch. But you know, when I look back at the pages before I really understood that concept, my favorite ones that I had made are the ones that touched. But I didn't understand why those pages were some of my favorite ones. Once I understood that just that simple little act of making things connect and touch made such a big difference. I think I need to move that up just a little tiny bit. Yeah, once I understood that it was the connection between the items that makes it more appealing, more attractive. Okay. Did I have that under the photo a little bit? I think I did. I think I want that lower. Okay. I try not to do that a lot once I stick things down, but I pulled that off and I didn't actually pay attention to my layers very good. So, okay, so we're moving things around. Okay. There, that looks better. What did I do before? I had something. I had all my layers figured out and then I moved them without paying attention. Sometimes I actually take photos of it so that when I go to actually stick it down, because I hate it when I've actually attached the adhesive and then I'm doing this. Ugh, feels so indecisive. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this one down after I do the title just so I can get placement a little bit better with the title. Okay, that's good. And now I can add this with the tiny attacher. Whew, that was painful for a second. I don't know if you noticed, I got really quiet. Like, oh no, what am I doing? They're gonna realize I don't know what I'm doing. And then I make it up as I go. Today at the U of A. Oh, that got a little bit crooked. I don't know if I like that. Pull that off of there. Okay, put that in the trash so that I don't end up stepping on it. Oh, I know why. I was trying to make it fit with my tiny attacher. That's what I was trying to do. So I brought it up to the edge as I held it upside down. Did not work for me. There we go. That's better. Okay, so now I can use these little tiny letters to spell at the right here. So that works out good. Let's have a look and see what I've missed in the chat. Oh, we got some talk about the weather. I think my weather is just nice enough for me to not hate it. We don't have snow anymore, so that's good. We had snow for a while. Today at the These don't have capitals. I hate it when I don't have capitals and small case in letters. It just kind of feels wrong to do U of A in small letters or big letters. I have an A and I have a U in this, so we'll go with these. Actually, I want to use these for future planning. I'm going to pull out the gray ones because I think that'll be better. Where did I have those gray ones? Okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I had some handy. There's no A on that one, so not those ones. So really big. Oh, these are a little bit smaller. Those, yeah, those are nice. They're a nice neutrally color. Snow is so much fun. You should move to Saskatchewan. Liar. They try to make snow look like lots of fun by showing pictures of skiing and snowmobiling and, you know, building snowmen, you know, all those things that really are lots of fun. But here's the deal with snow. Like, we live where there's snow. 9 out of, no, more like 9.9 out of 10 of the times that you're dealing with snow, it's just not fun. Not fun at all. Okay, I'm not sure if I love this yet, but they're thicker, so they're not going to stick, so I'm not too worried. I think I just need small letters there. I just really do need small letters for the of. Like, the of just needs to be small. Hey, it is fun. Shoveling, shoveling, shoveling. There's no part of shoveling that's fun. I'm sorry. Okay, and I definitely want to use these letters for the future planning. Just make sure I have the letters I need. F, U, T, U, R, E. Oh, good thing I don't need more than one E. Planning, double N, and there's a P, L, E, I, N, good, G. Okay, so I've got the letters I need. I'm gonna grab my rulers. I spell out my titles on the edge of a ruler generally, so I can kind of line them up, especially if I'm doing 2 lines. So this will work. I just moved from the desert. Carrie says, I just moved from the desert to the rainforest. It rained the whole day yesterday. It was a lot. But that sounds so lush and beautiful, Carrie. But if you're coming from the desert, that's a lot of rain. Okay. One thing that, like, when you watch you know, one of the videos of people scrapbooking, and they can fast forward and show you that all this stuff is just so fast and easy. And then you go spelling out titles and you're like, that takes a little bit longer. Okay, planning 2 ends. Yes, 2 ends, right? And then another N in the ing, so technically 3 ends. I don't want to make it planing, so we should double N for planning. It's funny, I was looking online the other day, what were people spelling? Oh, I see scrapping all the time where it's spelled scraping, but it was a different word that I don't always see done. Okay. I'm not sure about the U of A title. I might remove that part or at least change it a little bit, but I like this part. So this is looking good. Okay, so planning. Oops. And I'll put this here, which means I have to move it down a square. So let's plunk the title on here. These letters actually tend to stick, these little black ones I'm using right now. That's amazing. I find that the thickers that are the foam ones, they stick, but those chipboard ones, I keep my liquid glue handy because those things don't stick at all. Okay. So they technically make a little ruler kind of thing now for putting your thickers on, and you line them up and then you should be able to just like plunk the letters down. I haven't tried one of them. It's a little bit thinner than this ruler that I'm using from what I saw. It looked like it would work, but I don't have one. Okay, so things are mostly stuck down here yet. So the U of A is just not working, is it? Is this not working? I'm just not liking that. Scrapping or scraping or scrapping. I know we see that one a lot. It was something different. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember what it said the other day. It was one of those things where, you know, they had, actually, I think in that case they had too many letters instead of not enough letters. Okay, so that's just not working. Those letters are going back, and maybe those don't even have the right alphas. I wonder if I have some different black ones. I'm gonna have another look. Okay, I think these ones would be great. However, it's a hunt and search. Allison says, what about blue alphas or yellow to bring out the yellow in the pattern? I definitely know I don't have yellow because it's a color that is really hard to find. There's like, I have one sticker sheet or something like that. It's like almost as bad as purple when it comes to finding letters. Okay, these are terrible. But here's the A. Yeah, these are better. And here's an O and the F. So now I just need the U. Here we go. Okay, so these are a nightmare mess. I'm gonna set those in a different area so that they can hopefully be helped a little bit. Okay. Future planning at the U of A. Okay, I like these better. These, it just looks the way it was supposed to, like in my mind. Today at the U of A, future planning. Okay. All right, so these stickers apparently weren't even good enough to stick in the packaging. With my liquid glue, I don't know if you noticed there, I find that it's always gummed up, and I know you can get fancy lids for some of them that have things that make it so they actually work all the time. That's not what I have. I have just like a little needle. It's like a little hat pin needle or something. I don't know. It's corsage needle, something like that. With that, what I find is that I never can find the needle at the same time as the bottle. I wonder why on my desk of chaos. So what I've done, and I thought I was pretty smart with this, I've got a little strip of washi tape on here, and I just stick the pin under the little bit of washi tape. You know, it sits right against the bottle, so it's not a big deal. But then I have the pin and I have the glue all at the same place at the same time, and I can always get into my glue. So I thought that was a pretty good little hack. Today at the U of A, and actually future planning. And then I've got the little card. And I just threw one of my todays on the floor. Where did it go? I heard it bounce. Okay, I'm gonna have to search for that in a second. And, yeah. Where did that go? Oh. This is the real life of scrapbooking, guys. Sorry. But things disappear and they go scattering, and there we go. So there's my card that I can stick on here now. And I need this adhesive to stick on my wood veneer. Today. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm very happy with that. Maybe I'll put a little bit under here. Make it sit nice. And this one too. Make it sit nice. Good, that looks good. So it just needs a little bit of journaling, which I'll add by hand after. But I think this looks done. Well, here we go. We've got some of that wild paper that I didn't think I liked, but it also started liking. Yay! Applause. You're so sweet. So here we go. We've got my son. This is my son with the guy from the U of A, and we got it today at the U of A future planning. Thank you, Allison. That turned out good. And they said, what? That's kind of in reference to, you know, he talked about the real jobs that you can get in engineering. And then he also talked about how you need to, it's a competitive program. So you need to get like probably an 85% average or higher. And my son's like, oh, because he's that kid. Like I said, he coasts with good marks. Like for him, like 82 is like, that's good enough. so it was like so good for him to hear that. So I plan to put that in the thing. So whether he decides to go to the U of A or not, this is a little piece of his story, and I think that turned out super good. So that's awesome. Okay, so next thing we're gonna do is the draw. Yay! I'm gonna pull up a random number generator here on my phone, and wrong thing here. Being really slow. And everybody that's here right now will have the chance to win a free deluxe kit. It's the deluxe kit. It's the big one. It's the good one. The granddaddy. Random number generator. Because I used to like write down names, but I found that that takes up a lot of time when I could be scrapbooking instead. So picking numbers, way easier. And you're all on a list. So let's have a look here. I do have to get at my thing. Okay. The list, manage participants. So there's 16 in the house. That's awesome. And one of those is me. So that means out of 15. So let's set my maximum here to 15. Come on. 15. Okay. So maximum from 1 to 15, generate, and the number is 10. So let's scroll down and see who's number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Marg, you are the winner. You are number 10, and you have won the free kit. So congratulations to Marg. Let's see. Marg, you are the winner. And so I'm typing this in the chat, and you're going to email me at alice@alicebull.com. And so just put in Scrapbook Live October winner in the subject line, and I'll get this off to Allison so that you will be in for the draw. Congratulations, Marg. Oh, thank you so much, Janet. Okay, so let's see. So please make sure that you do that, Marg. I haven't seen you comment in the comments yet, but we'll keep reminding you. So congratulations to Marg. Or Marge, maybe it's Marge, I don't know. I never know how people want to say that. Okay, so there's my first up page. Next up, I'm going to be working on a pocket page because I do like to do pocket pages, and I think that they sometimes don't get enough love, pocket pages. They do a lot of good things in my scrapbooking, and I think sometimes we think that pocket pages are difficult. Having worked on them now for a while, I think I've discovered a way to make pocket pages work for me. So I like to share that so that you can have a look and see. So one of the things that I do when I do pocket pages, I can show you here. This is from my book, and this is from last time. So I, for my September here, let's hold this up. You'll notice that in my book, I generally have, there's some extra pages in here. I generally have a page that has horizontal 4x6s. Vera says, pocket pages intimidate me, not sure why. Okay, well, this should make it easier. This should make it easier, totally easier. So I generally have a page that has horizontal 4x6s, opposite a page with a vertical 4x6s. To me, I work on both pages at the same time. And by putting both of them together, it allows me to have the options. As I print my pictures, because I'm printing at home, I find it very easy to print 4x6s or a 3x4 picture. this gives me the chance to use either one in either orientation across a 2-page spread. Now, my number one problem when it comes to making these pages is I like to put so many photos on, I forget to leave spot for pretty stuff. Like that becomes the biggest challenge for me. But there's so many options for other things that you can add. So if you look here, I've got 3 little extra pages in here because there was just more things that I wanted to include. Another thing that I have in my stash that I include on my pages are flip up pages. So by having these flip up pages, it lets me add more stuff. Now I don't limit myself either. I don't say I can only do 1 page for 1 month. So if you go back through my months, you will see some pages have 2 pages or even 3. It's just life, right? Some months are really busy and you have all these great pictures. I don't also feel that I must include every single moment. Some things are not going to be included, and that just happens. For example, often anything that happens after I make the pocket page, so today is the 22nd of October, that stuff may or may not from October, may not make it into my book. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, you know, if it's like a super important story, I'm probably going to scrap up a layout about it. And this kind of lets me fill in the things of our life kind of in between those really big stories that I want to feature on my layouts. So that's kind of my approach to pocket page scrapbooking. But by being able to do extra little pages like this, where I can add other little stories in, like here I had a big story I wanted to tell, so I created a pocket page that is just the story. So all of the stuff here is all the pictures, and then I made this extra little pocket just for the story. You can see how much typing is here. I had to type it because I had so much to say. We did like a little weekend escape, and I told us like everything that happened. Like I had journaled a little bit on the thing, and basically that's all of my journaling from the trip is right there. So I think that by taking some of the rules out and by making it as flexible as possible, it makes it fun. Now, I'm the kind of person, I like the touchy-feely side of scrapbooking. So for me to just put a pocket, like just to put a card in there and not have done something to it, I don't do a lot of that. I like to add a little something to it. But I realized that it doesn't have to be a lot to kind of satisfy the creative part of me. So on like this layout here, it's very simple stuff. Like I've got the card, I've got my journaling, I added a heart. Ooh, you know, it's not like a big thing, but it makes me feel that I'm still being creative on my pages. So here, this page here, this card right here, it has 2 little enamel dots that I've added. That's not a big commitment, but I find that it really works. Vera's asking, pocket pages, okay, not sure why do you mix the scrapbook pages with the pocket pages in the same album? I don't. I probably could, and actually that's something I'm considering as I start the new year. I'm going to finish this year off in this style and just kind of carry it out, but for the new year, I'm going to actually mix all of my albums. So up until now, I had a pocket page book, I had a book for friends, I have a book for family, I have a book for travel. So I have all of these different kind of categories of books. But I listened to a podcast on the Scrap Gals, and they had Jennifer Wilson talk about her method, and she uses those tabs. Now, what happens for me is that I run into stories that don't fit within that year. And so that's why I kind of figured that sometimes it's not really about the person that I am right now. I'm telling a story from my childhood, and it's not like I'm adding a ton of like current perspective. So I still feel like it's a childhood story. So I run into some issues like that, but I do like the idea of kind of having this year's stories together. So I'd like to try to go kind of to a chronological project life with those big stories interspersed in this book. We'll see how that works. That's going to be something new that I try for next year. And if a story needs bigger to tell, then I have the freedom to give it that. Yeah, absolutely. And like, there's no reason that I can't include like whole layouts in here. Let me go back to February here. I did a fair bit of stuff for February because we went off to Vegas. So we had a weekend escape to Vegas and we went to a wedding there. So, you know, this became like a big story, and, you know, it wasn't even like the whole story for the month, but, you know, I added like extra pages in here. Sometimes I take pictures of layouts that I made that are specific stories related to something that I'll kind of give a highlight in here. I don't know where I have a sample of that, but, you know, I like to have different little moving parts. I'm trying to think before I have one. But sometimes when I scrapbook a page, I actually take a picture of the page. I print it like a 4x4 or smaller, and then I put that in the book. And that way it's kind of like, oh, look, you can go see this layout in this other book too. And so I'm kind of almost like cross-referencing or indexing my stuff so that you can kind of get bigger stories. Yeah, so I've done a little bit of that here and there too. I just love that this format allows me to tell random things that maybe I wouldn't make full pages about. So like here, I've got some memories of my husband's great uncle. I didn't know him, so I would have a hard time kind of for me making a page about him. But I took the story that his dad had shared on Facebook and I copied those and I put that all into the page here, and so it kind of has that meaning and you kind of see it in there when he passed. So I think that it gives me the opportunity to add small things and like really meaningful things all together in one spot. So that's been I have to say, like, I like how it ties my life together, that Pocket Pages have tied my life together. Jeanette Vera says, I want to include all the photos, so I'm thinking the Pocket Pages may work for me. I think it's allowed me to tell a bigger view of my life, and that's something that I have loved for that. So yeah, this is the one that I made last month using my Wild Hare supplies, like the supplies I got from there. So I have this arrow paper that I fell in love with so much, and this other one. And so I used a couple different of the designs, and then like I added some smaller stuff in here. I loved the sparkle words that I got last month and the enamels, but I think by keeping it so that there's like taking away all the rules, because that's what I've seen is that Pocket Page people do a lot of rules, and for me the rules take a lot of the fun out of it. That was like, you know, the fun killer kind of thing. Let's see, Brielle agreed. She says, yes, Vera, it's good for that, making sure that you can include all the photos. Jeanette says, that's how I handle my 12x12 albums too. And Brielle, I digi my small stories chronologically to print as one book. And Jeannie says, I think Pocket Pages are perfect for daily bits of stories. They'll be valuable in future years as memories. So, you know, if I have something that I thought was really special that I ate that day and I took a picture of that, I feel like I can put that in this book and it's not a big deal. Would I make a 12x12 layout? Yeah, probably not, right? Like, it's just not the thing I'm gonna make a big layout about it. Carrie says, rules always kill fun. Jennifer Wilson is a big supporter of making your own rules, and she would love what you've done, Alice. Well, she's like super inspiring. Like, I love that, you know, she kind of gives you some guidelines that you can use, but then she tells you, go ahead and break all those rules if they don't work for you. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun. And like, yeah, like sometimes I end up with like stuff that doesn't quite work, like where I haven't filled it in. Like I think this day I had made like a single page, and you know, I planned to stick something in there. If I don't, or if I do, I could put some pocket cards in here and just be pretty pocket cards, right? Like, I'm not too worried. This one here, I've got a sticky note on here. It says Bahamas, because I literally didn't have the photos when I had done the other stuff. I didn't have the pictures from other people on the trip, so I wanted to include some of that. So I think it just, the more flexible I've got with my approach to it, the more fun I've had with it. So now that we've dug into that, how about we actually make some stuff? Pulling out my my last one that I did. So this is the back side from last month, and that's kind of going to be my left side page. And then I'd like to have something for my right side, probably with the horizontal photos. And you know, if there's a month where turns out I only have vertical photos, then I'll pick up another page that's all vertical, and next month that just becomes like my new starting point. So because every time you're starting fresh, like I find I can always use the stuff that I've had like from the backside. I don't have that problem anymore since I'm doing it on a regular basis. So I printed off this great picture of my mother-in-law with the turkey from Thanksgiving. So I definitely will want a large 4x6 for that. I have several of the smaller supporting stories. So it was like Thanksgiving and my birthday. So I'm kind of just focusing on that one event for this page. And, you know, if I was doing like an actual 12 by 12 layout, I wouldn't have enough room to put all the photos that I wanted to tell. And so I feel that pocket pages let me kind of fit more of the photos in. So I've got several that are vertical. I do have a large one with me with my cake when I blew out the candles. And yeah, so I think just kind of sorting through what I have for photos. Yeah, I think any kind of plan that I take, and I don't know the design numbers. Like I'm not one of those people that's like design A and design D. I don't know what those are. I literally don't know. But I definitely need one with 4x6s, and I can cut these apart or I can leave them together. So I have that option. So I'm gonna grab a pocket page, probably one of the ones that has large ones with the little small ones in the center. That maybe that one, that would work. So I'm gonna grab that. Okay, so I don't know if you can see here, it's kind of hard to see, but there's large pockets here at the top and the bottom with the smaller ones here. And that totally works for this. So can you see what I've done as I laid this out here? I think this is like the big part of making these pages. So any that are obviously a full size 4x6, I just kind of lay them on a piece. It's not necessarily where it's gonna go, but any of these ones, like I haven't even cut these apart, but I can see I've got two ones that are vertical here. And those, if I didn't cut them apart, they'd go into a 4x6. And if I did cut them apart, they can still go into a 4x6 because I can put a card in there and support them. Brielle says I have to leave video to cook. That's what I always seem to do during Scrapbook Live. That's not nearly as fun, Brielle, but I hope you have a good day and make a delicious meal. Yeah, so this looks good. And now I'll start to see what I have for cards. I would like to pull some of these pieces in. It's my birthday. How can that be more like party carousel-like than celebrating my birthday? I know it's Thanksgiving, like I could be using like traditional Thanksgiving-y kind of colors, but as much as I love fall leaves and stuff, I made a layout the other day that was focused on like those fall colors. And I found it really boring. Like those colors are kind of sad. Like, you know, they're beautiful, but Working with brown, I don't know about it, guys. I'm just not a person that loves to scrapbook with a lot of brown. I think we went through a big phase of brown, and actually I have a lot of pages that had brown. There was like this color combination that I used all the time. Let's see, Stampin' Up! Colors, old olive, more mustard or something. Let's see, something burgundy. But I've got some of the ones that I just cut up from earlier, and then I've got the other cut apart sheet. So I'm gonna see what works with those. And then I've got some little leftovers from the paper that I had already used. So I can definitely use some of that. So I've got lots of options here. And happy, happy, happy. I fell in love with that right when I first saw it, right, with all the colorful happies. And it's my birthday, so I'm going to make sure that that goes on the page. So just first off, that's like a easy choice right there. And because, ooh. So another thing that I really like to do is kind of, so I didn't actually cut these apart yet because they could be a perfect card together. No, there's lots of light on that. It's really bad. So those could stay together or they might come apart depending on where I think that these should kind of go together. So I like this. Somewhere on here, I want to include the word October, and I can spell that out of some kind of letters. I want to separate these pictures because I feel that this one with my son doesn't sit well with this other picture with me with my little nephew. So I feel that those should be separate. Actually, I've got this other one with my nephew and I'm way cuter in the other one. He's cuter here, but he's a little kid. They're always cute. So I'm going to pick the picture that I look better in because, you know, let's be real, it's my book, it's my scrapbook. Let's see. Oh, she's still following along, and and she thought my comments about working with brown were funny. Vera says pink and brown, blue and brown, teal and brown. I agree. Actually, I do use brown. It's not like I don't use brown, but it definitely. I'll grab the page. It's sitting right there. I'll grab it. It turned out really good, but I tell you, it was like sad. Something about working with brown, guys, it was like a little sad. So here we go. So this is the page that I had made. It's really beautiful. I was inspired by the colors from my photos from Wales. So it says, live a life you love in Wales, ? And I do love the page, but something about like the browns, I don't know. Maybe I just needed more white or should have done more background in white. I don't know. But yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. But it felt a little sad, maybe because I know what happens right after fall is here, right? Like after fall, we have winter, and it's very bleak in winter here. And that's just sad. I like this hello card. It gives me like space for journaling. Don't really care that it says hello or not. It's not really the thing. This card, it looks like it can maybe go both ways, but to my eyes it doesn't. It just, okay, so look at this. So this way looks fine, but when you turn it vertical, it looks a little awkward, right? I don't know. So to me, that means it would have to be like a horizontal card. Okay, so I took this cute picture of him out. Unless I like focus just on him, he's a little cutie. We'll see. Oh yes, and I need a spot for my October between the two pages. I could do it on either page. It's all good. So cute. Okay, this story is kind of separate from the other stories. So I'm just kind of separating stories that don't necessarily belong together. Nieces and nephews. So this page here only has large 4x6 verticals, but I'll put them like on a card and then it'll be like, you never know. So cute. Oh my goodness. I've got the cutest little nieces and nephews. So I've just been loving him. I did make a page the other day with two of my little nieces posing. They were kind of like in this big piece of culvert that was at a, like, sounds wrong if I say it was at a construction site, but it's my father-in-law's place that he's building, and there's this big culvert and the girls are standing in the culvert. Oh my gosh, the cutest pictures ever. I had such fun with them that day. So okay, so I've kind of laid out pictures where they may go. I think I need to think right now about my October. I think I could put it down here, and I could do teal or pink or anything right now. I like the idea of doing pink because I bet you I haven't done that very much in this book because, you know, I tend to not have a lot of pink things with having two boys. Oh, these ones might be good too. I have the letters. Okay, so I found another option that has some pink, but I don't know if I have the letters. So I got lots of pretty pink thicker options, and I found these ones. If I have the letters to spell October with these, I think I'll use them. So they have multiple colors with a little bit of wood grain. There you go, it's kind of brown, right? Wood grain. But I don't know if I have the letters. So let me spell October on a piece of scrap paper so that I can do it right. October. Okay. So we have the C. Do I have two O's? Oh, apparently I have no O's. So those are not going to work at all. Yeah. Okay. I think that pink's too dark. This pink is a little on the light side, but it would work. Ooh, I like this one. I don't know if I have the letters in this one. I see two O's. O, C. Is there an E? I can probably fake an E. There's an F. I'm cool with that. I do that all the time. There's an R. And I don't see a T. They're just such the right color. Okay, so I think I'm gonna fake a title with these letters and see how that goes. I've got chopped up letters here already. That happens a lot apparently. So I don't know if I like this card, but I've got it sitting right here and looks like it might get used. So yeah, that's gonna be my title card. O, C. Don't have a T. Oh, be, we'll call this F right now, and R. So I just need a T, and I need a little crossbar on the F to become. Okay, so can we see this? Here, I'll show you what I'm doing up here. No, over here. That's right. Okay, so I'll show you. I've got my letters coming across here, and I need a T, and I need the crossbar to make the F into a proper E. But I've got a letter here that I'd already chopped up, and that will give me a good crossbar for that E, so that's perfect. And my scissors got AWOL. But this is working. So Marg, I don't know if Marg had been and checked in. Marg, if you did not hear the news, you're the winner of our Scrapbook Live today, and I need you to email me. So Marg, just make sure you send me that email. alice@alicebowl.com. Okay, so there's the E. That was easy fix. And T. There's an L right here that looks perfect. So it just needs a little crossbar for the top of the T. And okay, just a little bit of editing here. And perfect, that looks good. Okay, we got October. Of course, that's not gonna stick because these are thicker gals. Marjorie, Marge. Oh, she did comment? Okay, awesome. Marge, oh, she said thank you again for the chance to win. Okay, so make sure you email me, and that's good. So I'm glad that you've responded. I just hadn't seen it. You know, every once in a while I look away from the comments. Okay, so we'll stick down his letters. I actually think these are super cute. They're like sparkly pink letters, so you know, it couldn't be more perfect for a page that's like has my birthday. And I have to tell you, like, one of my very favorite foods is turkey. So the fact that my birthday is so close to Thanksgiving kind of doesn't hurt my feelings at all for that. However, this year I was feeling that it'd be nice to celebrate my birthday as my birthday. Oh, look at this. Actually, something trying to stick on a thicker. How unusual. Yeah, because I turned 40 this year. So, you know, I was thinking like you got to do something special for your 40th birthday. And that kind of, you know, we had cake, but it just felt like any other birthday. So my husband, he's super sweet. And, you know, when he understood that I was feeling like a little bummed about the whole thing, 40, that's the new 20. I felt that, you know, whatever, it was what it was. I was a little like underwhelmed by the birthday celebration, let's just say. So he went to surprise me and booked us a trip to go to Maui. So in December, we're going off to Maui for a week. We're almost a week, 5 days, 6 days. And that's going to be amazing because Maui is one of the most amazing places I've ever been. So that's, I'm really excited. And I thought that was super sweet of him to be like, I'm sorry that I let you down for your birthday. Let's go to Maui. Like, wasn't expecting that, but I'll take it. It's a trip to Maui. Okay, these letters are just adorable. I don't remember, what did I use them for? My jewelry box page before? Maybe. Okay. Yeah. When you have some of the letters, when you put them together, you can't even tell. Like, you can see the lines here where I have had to, you know, Frankenstein some letters together, but overall, like, they look so good that. Yeah, so there's my end result. And if you look on the top crossbar of the T, there's a little Frankenstein together there, and the crossbar on the E. But that looks pretty good, right? I'm impressed. so that's good. I'll let that dry. Let's put my little pin back in there so it doesn't end up somewhere I don't want it to be. And I've got pictures. So there's the card for there. I think I'm going to keep these together and they'll go up in the top. I'm going to need a card to mount this. And cool. Oh yes, almost forgot. I want to do a shaker. So almost forgot. I can't believe it. Okay, so I definitely want to do a shaker pocket because I've got these adorable little sequins that are so pretty, and they're such a perfect fit for a layout with all the pink that I'm going to put on it. So I'm going to do that. I think I would like that to be right here. So I'm just going to set that on there for the moment. And I don't know if I'm going to do like any other things or just put them into the thing and have it moving. I know that that means next month I'm also going to have a shaker with these pretty sequins there, but I'll just have to deal with that next month. Like, that's next month. I'll forget about that then, right? So I do have a fuse tool that I can use to seal the pocket. So I think I might just actually do like the most simple kind of shaker and just like put these in there. I am a little concerned that when I turn the page, what am I going to see on the other side? So maybe what I'll have is, it's going to be probably this section here. So maybe I'll just kind of think about that as I place my stuff just a little bit, not too much. Okay. Oh, she's got to run. Enjoyed watching you scrapbooking. Awesome. Okay, so the fuse tool is up here. I think if I plug it in right now, it'll be ready in a while. Here we go. So I have a power bar that's sitting up here because there's never enough space. Okay, now I've used my fuse tool one time. I'm not a pro by any means, but I'll use it today and it should be good. Okay. As for these, I think I'm going to start stuffing some pictures into some pockets. And I may or may not have to pull them out to kind of add stuff. Sometimes I want to do a little bit of something on top of the photos. Ooh, this one's really tight. Okay, trimmer. Oh gosh, where did it go in all this nightmare? Here we go. Ooh. So, just a tiny little bit. Let me pull that right off of there. Put that one in there. This is like a pocket card, but I'm just going to tuck it in for right now. And this one needs a pocket or something. This is still drying, so I don't really want to put that in there. Okay, so looking at this page here, I have a gap here, and I have a gap up here. So that's stuff, room for decorative space. And I've got a little bit of journaling here, but I probably need a little bit more somewhere throughout this page. You've got to be a beginner before you can be anything else. There's magic up ahead. Now, best days are yet to come. Inhale the future, exhale the past. sounds a little woo-woo for me. I like the idea of it, but you are stronger than you think. Let the adventures begin. The best is yet to come. That kind of fits for a birthday page, right? Vera says that she bought a fuse 2 years ago and is still in the package. So I bought my fuse at the beginning of the summer, maybe June, maybe somewhere around there. And I did it took me a while before I took it out of the package. I used it a couple months ago when I made that one page with all the journaling. That was my first time with that. So I think the problem I'm going to run into over here is that I don't have cards in the right orientation for this page over here. So that means that I'm going to end up needing cards that are I'm going to be making my own cards for that page. But we have that lovely pink design that I liked for the back. And so I don't know if I'm going to use some of that over on this page to tie it together, but I might. So if I have some more of that one, I don't know if I do. Oh, that's a different one. This one here. Yeah. Okay. I kind of like these letters that say wonderful. I'm not so sure about the little things underneath them, but if I cut this part out, I'm always like looking at how I can adjust cards too. Always believe something incredible is about to happen. So I could use this wonderful up in here or something like that. The cutest. The little girls were drinking sparkling apple juice out of actual wine glasses. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. So, gotta love that. I always want to touch the thing, and you know, it gets really hot, so I don't encourage you to touch them. But it's one of those things. It's the little things. Okay, so I've got these cute little hearts across here that I really like, but there's not like that doesn't really fit for these pages that have the vertical orientation. But what I can do is put two of them together, so the top and the bottom, and then I can actually use them for what I want them for. So all together, the two pieces will go across a whole card. So that's kind of, I'll have enough to go across a card anyways. It's cute. And oh, I'll take one of these. Cut that. Okay, so I've got some of that design that I used on that first page that I made, and that kind of ties in with this hello card that I really liked. So I'll use that for at least one of them. And I wanted some more of that pink one. That's this one here. Okay, so I'm keeping this one here for now because I kind of like the saying on that. Always believe something incredible is about to happen. Makes me think of Harry Potter, actually. Doesn't somebody in there say something like that? And I think if I cut this down, will it fit? I think it would. Okay. Yeah, so if I cut this down, it will fit into the space that I need it to fit into. And then I can mount that onto this is going together quite easily. I think I would like to use something like a little more sparkly. Did I have a word like it says happy? I've got a white happy in here. I'd like to see if I can fit that in here somewhere. It depends on how big it is, I guess. May or may not fit. Simply smile. The smile might work. Laugh. Happy. It's a little bit big, but I can trim off the end. I don't know if that's going to show up on there though. It's very, very, very faint. Okay, so look at this. It shows that it's like a white word that says happy, but when I put it on here, can you even read it? Barely. I can barely read it. It's a little disappointing. I'd like that to be a lot more opaque. I wonder how it is if you put it on against something like really dark. Yeah, even on something really dark, it's still kind of faint. It would definitely show up. I can't ink it because it's like plastic. So it wouldn't, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't take ink very easily. So I guess I'm gonna have to save those for something where I'm working with some really dark paper because it's just not gonna show up. But, you know, I can definitely use like an enjoy and the smile. If I pull a couple of those through, that might be cute. Put some of these together. Okay, so when I do my layouts for these, I tend to try to not make the pictures be like all in one section. So I'm very, very aware of where the photos are going to kind of sit in relation to each other. So if you've noticed, like up here, I have a photo here, and with these smaller photos, I didn't want this photo to be here and with the gap at the bottom. I move this photo, it'll go down to the bottom and I'll have like something decorative above it. So then I've got these photos kind of here. And then, yeah, so I just like to have that little bit of separation that I create because I think that, I don't know, like I think it definitely looks better. It's something that I keep going back to. Okay. Always believe something incredible is about to happen. I was thinking about whether I was going to use that washi tape for any of this, but I don't think that it works so much with this layout because it's focused on one day, one event. So I don't think that's going to work on this one, but I might see about these photo corners. They're cute, so that might be something I can do on here. Just try to consider where they might fit in. I wonder if they would have been better on that other layout even. I like photo corners actually. Ooh, I think for this best is yet to come. I'm gonna pull out my Wink of Stella and just add a little bit of glitter. Now I have two. I have a gold one and I have a clear one. And I think for this, I would do just the clear one and just add just like a little bit of shine on the letters themselves. Because that lets me have like a custom shiny card. And you know, if you buy shiny embellishments, they're always like a gazillion dollars. But this is a pretty easy way to give yourself shiny embellishments that don't cost extra money. Like anything that you buy, like with foil on it. I bought some paper recently. Oh my goodness, guys. It was $3.50 for paper that had foil on it. Ah, I know, Vera's making the face. Like, what? Yeah, $3.50 a sheet for the gold foil paper. I was like, Yeah, I really like it, but you know, there's limits for a piece of paper that I'm gonna chop up probably. So with the clear wing Costello, like I'm being sort of particular as to where this goes, but not like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I need a magnifying glass to be able to like put it on here kind of thing. Like I wouldn't say that this one is like forgiving, but because it dries clear, it's a little forgiving. But to have that little bit of shimmer and shine, I don't know. That's the right thing for this. It's looking perfect. Okay, good. Okay, so that's a nice little shiny card now. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in it or not. I don't know if I can catch it, but it is shiny and it's really pretty now. So it totally looks like it belongs. That was a good way to just take a plain card and just do something to make it like, ooh, just that little bit, right? I've got this smile. I like it, but I don't know if that is enough. What is this one? Okay, this is that other one. Okay. A little bit more of this one in here, I think. So I think this pink, this background, is going to be my tie it all together kind of color. So that's something I like to do. If I use a little bit of something on this side, I like to bring a little bit more of that over to the other side. I think it really helps to, bring it all together. I've got this card for there, don't I? I forgot that I did. Got the notes. I'm not leaving myself with any places left. I don't know if that's gonna make it on there. Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna tuck this into here and give that a half a second to dry. Okay, and I think I can attempt to make this little pocket now. Wish me luck. Oh, maybe I should grab that thing from my countertop. Where is it? Okay. So I'm just doing like a plain shaker pocket. I'm not going to put any like extra little things. I'm just going to dump some of this. I think if that's like looks the way this does in here, I could put them in with like a card. What if I put them in like with the happy happy card? Would you see the happy happy? I think you would. Ooh, I kind of like that idea. Kind of like that idea. So I'm going to cut this up and put the happy happy card in there. On the back, you might still get like the sprinkles in through the back side, but whatever. I wonder if I should put something in on the other side of the card. Happy, happy. So you will get sprinkles in on the other side. Can I predict what color I want for next month? What if I put like teal or something in there, right? That would totally be like cool. Teal's kind of like the color that goes like with everything nowadays, right? I do have like pink hearts. Those are pretty cute. But pink doesn't go with everything, whereas teal would probably go with everything. Maybe a little bit of that. And that way I'm not like thinking about like what the backside is gonna be like. Or I could just do a simple card that just has some little lines. Oh, I'm not gonna be writing on it, so no, that's a bad idea. So I gotta plan this out. But I haven't used any of my little chipboard things. Oh my gosh, I've got too many pretty things to use, guys. This is a problem. The worst kind of problem. I've got too many pretty things. So, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use a piece of this floral with the teal, and I'm gonna put that in the pocket on the back side. And then I'll leave that paper in my book so that next month, if I want to include a little bit more of this paper to kind of tie it into the page somewhere else, I'll have that handy. That's the plan. Putting that paper right into that book right now so that I'll have it right there. I think that works really good. That's a pretty good idea. I give myself credit for that. Ooh, that's that pretty paper that had those flowers all over it too. So I might want that next month anyways. Okay, so I'm gluing these two little cards together, the front and the back, because when you make a pocket that you're gonna seal up, you gotta think about both sides at the same time. That's right. Oh, is that enough room to close it? I don't know if that is. I'm gonna cut just a little tiny bit off the top of here and off the bottom maybe. Okay, so that there's room for my fuse to seal the gap. Good. Now, dump some sparkles in there. On my birthday page, how could this be better? Yeah, I think that's enough little sparkles. Okay, now we'll take the fuse ruler and I'll lay that down here where I want this thing to go. It has like little gooey like rubber pads almost, but they're soft, I guess. I don't know. Little gooey rubber pads underneath the bottom so that when you place it on a page protector, it stays put really nicely. Vera says, made you a birthday card. Aw, that's beautiful. Okay, and then this thing has like two different ends that you can get with it. And I knew I wasn't going to save the packaging for my fuse because that was not realistic. And I think 90% of the time you use the little spinning end. I don't want to touch it with my fingers, but it has like the little spinning end on it, right? So 90% of the time that's what you use. But they do include another tip. So what I did is I washi taped it onto the back end here so that I wouldn't lose that tip, because you know, this little tiny thing, where am I going to stick that I'm going to remember that it is if I actually ever want it? Nowhere. I can't think of a place that I would stick it. So yeah, and the thing about doing this, it says don't do it too slowly. So just go across and you can actually see that it has melted in here. It looks really good actually. I think that's good. It looks solid. It doesn't look like my sequins are gonna fall out of there. But oh my goodness, guys, this is beautiful. Oh, I got one sequin on the back side already. Okay, so here's the pocket. I've fused across the top and there's my little shakers in there. And because I put the little happy, happy, happy card in there, so I always have something that you kind of look at in that space. Plus you get the fun of it shaking around when you move the page and turn the page. That's how easy this is. Open up your package. So you'll notice I had it plugged in. They say plug it in for at least 15 minutes. Okay, so fuse tool, check. I use that in here. I'm gonna put this up and out of the way so I don't end up burning myself or melting some of my supplies. Okay, so let's put that up there. Good. So that's how easy the fuse is to use. It was literally that good. And you saw, like, I didn't like do it really slow. I just kind of like went across. Yeah, that was great. Okay, now I still have this little notes thing that I wanted to include. And I wanted to put some more pink in here. Where's that? This. Good. This side over here has the picture with the little thing. Okay, and I needed something for up here. So I'm gonna do more of that pink. What did I have for down here? Did I have something for there? Oh, I think I had this one cut for there. Perfect. This is looking really good. Okay, so I don't know what's gonna go on that. Oh yeah, this is 2 pictures, so I'll do this. Okay, I'm gonna glue down the picture on the one side. Okay. So is there anybody else here who has a fuse tool that hasn't used their fuse tool? I'd love to know, because like that was me for several months. But I did really think about it for a long time before I committed to buying a fuse. I have to say, like, I spent a long time just being really like thinking about whether I was actually going to use it, because I'm like, oh, this is one more thing for me to try to find a spot in my room, and one more thing that I'm gonna put away. For years and years, I actually used my Cricut machine like quite regularly, and I have to tell you, since I stopped being a close to my heart consultant, like it'll be 2 years almost now, I haven't used it once. I used it on a poster for my kids one day. I used it on a poster. So I have this great Cricut machine. I don't have like the ultimate new fanciest one. I have like the Cricut, I think it's called Expression or something like that. But it's like a great machine. I just don't use it. Okay, so something that I don't have like in this kit from this month, but you know, like it's a kit to like add to the goodies that I have, right? It's not like I feel that I must only use what's in my kit. There's no enamel dots this month that I received. Not that I'm short on enamel dots by any means, but I feel that they add a little something, and I think that I'd like to add enamel dots down the sides here. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do that here in a second. Let's pull out some enamel dots. And okay, so that's good. Got to save a little bit of room for some journaling. That's the part. Like sometimes I'm like, as I'm building the page, I'm like, oh, I have a lot of empty spots. And then I remember that if I don't go and leave some empty spots, I'm going to be kicking myself afterwards for not having room to journal. Okay, so do I have another one of those teal ones? I thought I had one out. Maybe I don't, maybe because I used it right here. I could do the pink. I could do maybe some, oh, I'm gonna use this. Oh, this is that pretty paper again. I'm chopping it up because I want to use it the back for something else again. Okay. I'm not going to cut all the way down just in case I want to use like a horizontal stripe. Look at this. It says happy, happy, happy all over it. That's perfect. So I'm going to cut the branding strip off of here. and use a little piece of that too. Because it is my happy, happy, happy birthday. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. What's our time? Oh my goodness, I'm a little over on time today. I think I talked a lot, especially about, you know, the way I think about some scrapbooking and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna stick that up there. So I think we're gonna wrap it up in just a minute. I'll hold this up. I'll stick these things in here and kind of show you what I've got going on. I think I'm gonna cut those off of there. I like the paper airplanes, but it's not like speaking to me, and I think I'd like it better without them, so. Okay, let's see. I've got this going in here, this going on here, but I don't know where I want to place it yet. And these two at the bottom, so bottom, bottom, bottom. Okay, this goes in the middle. Okay, once I get all these cards kind of tucked in here so that you can kind of see, I'll show you what's going on for this. And then I'll take a picture and I'll post up the picture on the replay on my Scrapbook Wonderland website when I get the replay up. Okay, this is not wanting to fit into this pocket. Oh, there we go. And this is some of the pictures. Okay, so with a little bit of journaling and like a few little final details like enamel dots and stuff like that. Where are these going in from? Sides too. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Oh, this is not even on the card yet. What goes on this side? I used a lot of flip flaps, and some of the adhesive has gone over the edge, so I'm just trying to work around my flip flap adhesive here. Okay. Okay, I just need to cut those a little shorter next time. They don't get in the way when I'm trying to do my next layout. Okay. Oh, I don't think I cut this short enough. It looks a little long. Okay. Anyways, I'll hold it up right here. So this is the one page that I've got going on, and I'm gonna have to stick these in here and add some journaling, and I'll add a few little finishing touches on these when I do that. And then the coordinating page to go with it is this one right here with the little shaker, which I'm super excited about. And that was the pocket page. And the other layout that I first made, this one right here, I'll add a little bit of journaling. So to see the finished products, I should have them up by tomorrow on the Scrapbook Wonderland website with the replay. Oh, great, Alice, thank you so much. And I have to say thank you to everyone that was here today, because I really loved hanging out with you. I try to do this once a month, and I will have dates for November coming out pretty soon. You're obviously on the email list because you got the link to be here today, so you will get the email with the updates and add that to your calendar. Generally, it's on a Sunday. That seems to be a day that usually works for me near the end of the month so that I can order my kit and get it on time. So that's the next thing I'm going to do, is order my next kit. If you place a kit and order for a kit from thewildharekits.com, you'll go through and create your own style profile, and you can kind of get your own little custom supplies. Your kit won't look exactly like my kit because everybody has a slightly different style profile, and depending on the things that you like to use and don't like to use, you know, for me, I like using some wood veneers. I like using like glittery, sparkly things. But if that's not the kind of stuff that you like, you put that in your profile, and that's not the kind of stuff that you'll get. So, oh, Allison's here. She says, I adore seeing finished products with our curated kits. Thanks for sharing your process. Oh, thank you so much. I hadn't seen your name on the list, but so I love that you were here. But her process for pulling the kits together and finding things that you would like. I really like the way that works, and I love using the products. Like, right, like I told her my favorite designer is Heidi Swapp, so there was some Heidi Swapp products in there, and even if it's not like all Heidi Swapp, that would be boring, right? Like I want to have that mixture. So you could see like there's papers from Maggie Holmes and crepe paper and Chanel and like all these different things. So they've all mixed together to come and make something that goes together. So that's the curated part, right? She brings together pieces that are going to go together so that you can sit down and sit with that kit in front of you and be like, oh, this is good. And now I've got all these pieces that work together. She says she's been lurking. Jenny says, is this almost over? I'm surprised it's still on. Yes, we're just wrapping up. It's still on because I was like really chatty today. But yeah, so this was the first 12 by 12 page that I had made here today, and the colors looking really kind of crazy on that screen, but I'll have proper pictures taken with some good lighting, and I'll post that up onto the page, and then yeah, the 2 pocket pages will be completed with some words, and I'll get those up as well. Oh, there we go. So those are the things that you will see, plus like a few extra embellishment things happening here. But yeah, I really appreciate that you spent some time with me. I hope you come and scrapbook again with me next month, because we'll do it all over again, and we'll have another draw for another kit, because I've already got that set up with Allison. So that's super great. So thank you so much to you for being here today. If you think like that you like the camaraderie of coming together with other people and talking about scrapbooking stuff, or actually having a community that supports you, I'd really like you to consider the ScrapHappy membership group, because we get together and do live events every month. We have different challenges and things that we're doing. Like this month, we're doing a load challenge. So we're actually using prompts every day to scrapbook every single day for a month. And I tell you, like, it brings stories out of me that I never thought to tell. I told you I had some layouts that I had pulled up here, and I can quickly show you some of the pages I've made. So I showed you this one that I made with the browns, but what was our prompt for, oh, I didn't even write down which day that was that I had done it. Let's see, that was like a secret escape, like a bucket list kind of thing. So on my bucket list is, I told my husband quite recently actually that I would like us to go and live sometime for maybe 3 months or so over in Wales, because where my dad grew up, it's a beautiful place, and I'd never, you know, I hadn't really thought of scrapbooking that. So that was a really fun one for me. And of course I showed this page where I scrapbooked today's prompt actually, and it's about having a secret treasure, something with sentimental value to you and why it's sentimental. So I had made that page for that. We were to scrapbook something about a secret about girls, what you love about being a girl, or maybe a letter that you would write to your younger self, or advice or daughter to a daughter, niece, or granddaughter, or somebody. And I scrapbooked this sweet page about my nieces, and I said, don't be afraid to sparkle. So the prompts as they come out, they just really inspire me. And you don't have to do the prompts every day. Like the goal is just to scrapbook every day for a month. And you know, I would never have thought that was possible, but I do it, and it's amazing when I do. So this was a page I made that was a little off prompt, but I talked about my son voting in his first election and how proud I was about him. So it just is a way to really motivate you, because you have this group of people. Jeanette says, they inspire me too. I write all the prompts down so I can go back to them. And it's amazing how, you know, seeing other people's pages sparks an idea and you're like, oh, I didn't think to scrapbook that. And then you go off and you have more ideas. So being part of the ScrapHappy family has been a joy for me. And now that I run it, which has been like a year and a half now, I love it even more. I feel this deep connection with the members of the group and with my friends. Like that's what they are, my ScrapHappy sisters. So if something like that would interest you, I really invite you to check it out. We're at scraphappy.org. It is a membership group, and you know, that's part of what we do, but it's amazing. It's amazing how much the support group is and how much it is part of us, our sisters. That's right, Jeanette. Yeah, our ScrapHappy sisters. So we do have a live get together that we do once a year. This summer we were in San Diego. Last year we went to Grapevine, Texas, and we're already talking about our places for next year. So hopefully I'll have information for our group about that really soon. But yeah, this is something fun. Love, love, love ScrapHappy, says Brielle. Yeah, we have several of the gals here today, and I like that these are open to other people, because it just kind of gives you a chance to see, like, these are the kind of people that are involved. You've seen them commenting, they get involved, they're an active part of what we're doing. So I really love that. Some of my pretty papers. Some of the ones from my kit last month, actually. So yeah, I really love it, and I hope that you'll consider it. And to the gals that are already ScrapHappy members, I love you, love you, love you. So thanks for being here today. Okay, I'm gonna finally close this off. I think we're like over half an hour late, and yeah, thanks for joining me, and happy scrapping, everyone.